let's talk to you about creating your own mega bank. Now, this is something that no one here on YouTube talks about. They talk about how to get business credit without having the business, or how to get certain credit cards, but no one talks about creating a mega bank, creating a situation where you create more credit than you need to do the things that you want to do. Let me go ahead and give you an overview of my credit situation. Right here is my bank. And this is a bunch of credit cards, right? I got a bunch of credit cards. Now, those are personal credit cards and those are business credit cards. And for the last maybe 15 years, I have not played a lick of interest because this is one of the first things that I did. I started to use my primary credit card as a debit card. I would use it and I would pay it off. And I would use it and I would pay it off. And this is what literally set this whole thing up. When you create your mega bank, and I'll walk you through it step by step, make sure that you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you can get these videos and more in the future. So one of the things that I did is I had a cash flow first. Now, here's the thing, just to be 100% clear, you want to start a business, you want to set up a holding company, an operating company, you want to get yourself some business credit, you want to learn how to run a business, you want to start your first online business. If you want to do that, and congratulations to you for being a person that wants more out of life, for being that person that's ready to sit down, do the work so your future can be brighter. I got something for you. Go below and enter into the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where we teach you all of that plus a lot more. Because you are not a normal, regular person. You want more out of life. You want to do more, you want to be more, you want to have more. And congratulations to you. So this link is below. Go ahead and check out this video and then go ahead and enroll in the Corporate Citizen Playbook, where I teach you some things that you cannot Google. Can't Google it. Can't Google it at all. You're going to need to have some cash flow to create the mega bank. This isn't something that you can finesse or something you can just make it happen or do. This is one of the things that you have to do to go ahead and set yourself up for creating the mega bank. So you got to have some cash flow. So one of the things that you have to really do is look at setting up your cash flow, setting up your mega bank. Because this literally started with one credit card years and years ago. Started with one credit card, and why was I able to use this credit card and travel first class for not one, not two, but 3 years? Because of my mega bank strategy. Use a rewards credit card as part of your mega bank strategy. So how did I get here? Number one, be 100% clear with you. I had a business that was generating revenue. Without having a business that generates revenue, this is not going to work. One of the things that you want to do is to build your mega bank. And the first step is getting your personal credit straight. Give you an idea of some things I'm going to do because I'm just waiting. Last month, I used my Capital One Spark card, which reports to my personal credit. And once again, Capital One is kind of stingy with the credits. Here it is. Capital One gave me like essentially $5,000 on this credit card, right? I used it, it maxed out my credit, and my credit score dropped 20, 21, and 26 points across the board. So now I know how to use this card. If I use it, I have to use it after the first of the month, and then I have to pay it off before the first of the next month, or it will report to my credit. But I want you to imagine a strategy where you have enough business credits where you don't have to worry about that. Because this is one of the things that I'm going to do, because I'm going to get that limit of the card really shot up. One of the things that I want to do And this is why I have to use it, but I have to use it and pay it off at a certain time. What I'm doing and what you need to do is to make sure that your personal credit is straight, and you want to have like 700 plus. I would say some people will tell you 680. If you have a really strong personal credit profile, maybe 680 will work, but typically I would recommend that you be at 700 plus. My credit scores are like high 7s into the 800s, and I haven't been turned down for anything in a long time. So one of the things that you want to do is go ahead and get yourself situated where you can actually start building your mega bank. And once again, this starts with your personal credit. So your personal credit is straight, and then once you get your personal credit, then you want to form an LLC. Then you want to go ahead, get your EIN, and then you want to go ahead and get your business checking account, and then your first business credit card. This starts the process, and I would advise you, if you want to get business credit cards and you have Chase Bank, I would advise you to start with your Chase Bank business credit cards. Get those business credit cards first, because stay tuned, because I got something to tell you. And then what you want to do is get credit cards to keep your personal credit looking pristine and in good, and then only get business credit cards. I have way more business credit cards than I do personal credit cards, and I have quite a few. Let me tell you part of the secret. One of the things that you want to do, and this is my US Bank credit card. US Bank, right? So with US Bank, they only gave me a $3,000 limit on this credit card, right? Well, US Bank gave me another credit card, and they gave me a $25,000 credit limit. With some of these banks, you got to have a pre-existing relationship to get more credit. So with US Bank, I have 1, 2, 3 personal cards, 1 business card, and now I have another business card. So some of these banks, they will give you more credit on your second credit card than they will give you on the first. So one of the things that you want to do is go ahead and start developing this and building this, because once you build a mega bank, I want you to think now, car loans, personal loans, mortgages do not reflect on your credit report like your credit cards. It's very, very different how it reflects on your credit cards. So one of the things that you want to do is to situate yourself where you have a lot of business credit, and the first level is business credit cards. Once you get these business credit cards, then this opens up the door for you to do bigger and better things. Now, the second thing you want to do is to get lines of credit. Now, you can get a line of credit for your personal credit, which will not have a very big impact, depending on how you use it. But once again, you want to get business lines of credit. And there's a few banks that you can get maybe a $25,000 or $30,000 business line of credit pretty easily without a lot of trouble. So first, business credit cards, then business lines of credit. And third, you want to get business loans. You want to get loans that are in the name of your business only. You don't want to get loans that are business in your personal name, because you can get a whole bunch of loans in your business name, but once again, you got to have that LLC, that EIN, that business checking account, business credit card, and typically for most banks, your business needs to be in business for 2 years. There are some banks that will give you a business credit card, you being in business for 2 years, but pretty much most banks want to see 2 years of business credit, of business, or your business being in business, before they will extend you business credit. So one of the things that you want to really, really look at and have your situation set is to go ahead and do these things that you need to do to get your business credit profile. Now, one of the things that's going to be very, very important is inquiries. You got to be really, really careful with the inquiries. So one of the things that you will have to know is which banks have the best situation for you to, when you go ahead and apply for your credit on the business level, you want to know what credit bureau that they pull. Now, I can go ahead and tell you that the number of banks that pull Experian is growing. And I'm going to tell you why they're pulling Experian. Experian actually does a check of your credit. So if they're pulling your credit profile from Experian, they have validated your credit number. So this is one of the things that is a game changer for a lot of people in here, because once you go ahead and validate your credit card number, if you're using like a CPN or something, it will be invalidated and you will not get any further. But once again, this is the process for establishing mega banks, because just on American Express alone, I have $1 million in business credit, just on American Express. Now, let me go ahead and explain to you some things that are going to happen next year. Because when you're working on your business credit, creating your mega bank, one of the things is you have to start planning in the future. And come July of 2024, a lot of inquiries are going to come off my credit report. So I've applied for 2 more personal credit cards this year, and I'm not going to apply for any more. Only thing I'll be applying for is business credit from now until July. Why? What's going to happen in July? Well, in July, I get to open up some more Chase cards, and then I can go ahead and get a line of credit from Chase. See, this is one of the things that you have to do, because I have business, I have many business credit cards. I have many business lines of credit, and I have a few business loans. That's the trick, because once again, you get a business loan, no one's gonna know unless you get a business loan from the SBA and they put a UCC filing on your corporate checking, on your corporate credit reporting agency. That's the only way people are gonna know. But if you go ahead and set this up, because I can tell you, coming up October, I'm going to go to PNC. I'm going to get another business credit card. I have 2 business credit cards with PNC. I'm going to get a third, and then I'm going to get a third business credit card with Truist, and maybe another line of credit. So why am I doing all this? Here's the thing. I'm building all of this credit to give me leeway. Let's say, and once again, I do have cash in the bank, but here's my thing. I always think about having more than you need. This is the abundance mindset. And essentially, I have some things that I'm got coming up that I want to do for business that I know will actually require me to use business credit. So what I've done is I have 10 times as much business credit as I need. Why is this? When you're in business, things don't always happen the way that you want to. You'll try something, it doesn't work out. You'll try something, you may need more. So I position myself where I have loads and loads and loads and loads of business credit, so I can go ahead and situate myself for the future. And this is one of the things that I have going on. I'm positioned myself where I can really do things I need to do in the future from a business standpoint, and I've positioned myself where I can have way more business credit than I need, because with me doing that, I positioned myself to be really successful from a business credit standpoint. And this is one of the things that you really have to plan for, and this is when you create your mega bank. And once again, I would say all of my credit together is about 2 million, right? In the future, I'm shooting for 10 million. Now, why do you ask, why do you want to have $10 million in business credit? Good question. In the future, I will have enough business credit that I could do whatever I want to do in terms of buying real estate, starting business, buying vehicles, doing any of these things. So I put myself in the position where I give myself the authority to make mega bank moves in the future. And now I've only really seriously have been really building business credit for the last year. let's go ahead and say the last 18 months. And I've been able to get to the million mark. So with what I know and with the things that I'll teach you, because there should be something scrolling across that we'll be talking about the cash flow course, go ahead and get into that. In the future, I will have crazy credit limits. Like, let me show you something, because one of the things I figured out. This is my American Express Platinum, right? Now I have 3 of these. Now, why do I have 3 American Express Platinums? I have a personal, which I might get rid of, I may not, but what has happened is American Express has given me extremely high. It's $50,000 pay over time limit on this. You may ask, like, why do I want to have an American Express card with such a huge pay over time limit? Once again, we're prepping for the future. See, this is the best time to build credit when you don't need it. I have plenty of cash in the bank. I have no usage on my personal credit, and I have some use on my business credit that I'm going to pay off this month. So I'm in a perfect position to get more and more and more business credit. My goal next year is to get $1 million in just pure business credit between business credit cards, lines of credit, and perhaps a business loan. So this opens up the door for a lot of things to happen in the future. So if you want to be part of the Mega Bank community, there's a little thing scrolling across. Go ahead and join that, because I got lot of training that's going to come up this month. So you want to be part of it. So that's all I got for you guys. I will see you in the next one.